Hello, world. It's Thursday, February the 7th, 2019. Present time, a quarter past 11 p.m. And I'm testing something else, so... Hello, world. It's Thursday, February the 7th, 2019. Present time, 11:17 p.m. What happened earlier was I don't even know what to say. Like, things are weird. Technology just sometimes doesn't want to cooperate with me, and like, wait, is it still not cooperating? Don't tell me it's still not cooperating. Like, I'm looking, and it looks like it might not be cooperating with me. I can't fucking tell. No, it's fine. Okay. Shit. Yeah, so clearly things are still in a state of disarray. What else is new, huh? I guess it's just that I'm on a school Wi-Fi. Okay. Good night, Sunny. Sleep well. Catch you some other time. I have some bad news. Interesting. I haven't been on Discord very much recently. But yeah, that one's got some potential. The bad news, I figured out this one girl. She's a lesbian. Wait, she might be bi-curious. Okay, it's not bad news. But she says that she just entered like a mutually exclusive relationship with this girl. So, yeah, I guess it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, it's all good. What on earth's been going on over here? It's cold. They shut down the entire university today. Or for all of today. It's actually coming back online in 40 minutes. Yeah, you know it. That's pretty funny. They shut down the entire university today, so I had to walk this morning down to get over to my car. From there, head to work. It was a decent day. I think that folks were a little shy about what the weather might bring. It was raining a bit this morning, drizzling. And so by the time I got into my car, it was like water all over me. But I had my coat on, thankfully. Got in, and I expected worse, but it turned into like this flurry. I think that's what they call it. Little bits of snow getting whipped around. Quite beautiful. And this evening, walking around the place, seeing the trees which still have this coat of ice on them, and how the light plays off of it, it was really quite beautiful. I could have taken a photo, but I didn't. Instead, I just walked, and I enjoyed it. I get this feeling that I'm letting a lot of things slip. In fact, after I get through with tonight's reading, I'm gonna go take a look at Fuck, actually, tonight I might not even do this. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I missed yesterday. And then I could have sworn, like the day before I was feeling so tired. I was out of it. And so the quality was not where I'd like it to be. So tonight I'm gonna try my heart out and read this book summary. It should be an interesting one. Should be an interesting one. Let me make some notes. By the way, it's okay if the one girl likes girls. I need to meet many, many more people though. Alright. We good? Yeah, I think we're good. All systems look to be a go. Let's do the thing. Never Get a Real Job by Scott Gerber. Never Get a Real Job from 2011 encourages young entrepreneurs to swear off real jobs, forgoing the 9-to-5 life in favor of taking control of their own lives. Based on real-world experience and observation, it provides a nuts and bolts guide to getting it together and starting up. Who should read this? Young entrepreneurs looking to launch a startup, people wondering what to do with a great idea, and longtime employees looking for something new. Who wrote the book? Scott Gerber is a sought-after speaker and CEO. He's also the co-founder of the Community Company, an organization that nurtures professional membership communities for global brands. He is also a self-made, expert bootstrapper, hustler, and author. His most recent book is 2018's Super Connector, Stop Networking and Start Building Business Relationships That Matter. What's in it for me? Hands-on advice for those striking out on their own. Most of us were raised to believe that if we worked hard and went to college, we'd be rewarded with our dream job and the life we'd always wanted. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. For most young people graduating from college today, securing any job at all seems to be little more than a dream. And even if they do find something, the paychecks of a typical corporate job will do nothing to help with their mountains of debt. This book encourages you to forget working for the man. Forget about outdated traditional business practices and the glut of business books repackaging the same old coaching advice. These blinks offer practical tips and advice that were hard-won through both success and failure in the real world. So, roll up your shirt sleeves and get to work. In these blinks, you'll learn how good the odds of success are or aren't for startups, how to write a better business plan in a paragraph, and why Facebook isn't a marketing panacea. Entrepreneurship isn't easy, so it's best to start out by preparing for the worst. So, you've got an idea for a successful business, one that you really believe in. Congratulations. But no matter how good your idea is, the numbers aren't great. As the U.S. Small Business Association notes, a third of small businesses fail by their second year, and less than half last 4 years. Clearly, you can't count on success, no matter how good your idea is. In fact, when it comes to starting a business, there's only one thing you can be certain of, that it won't be easy. So it's best to accept that fact and check your expectations before you begin. First of all, you should accept that you're guaranteed to fail along the way. But despite what most people think, this isn't always bad. Analyzing failures teaches you valuable lessons that help you avoid failure in the future. Also, expect that things will never go according to plan. Successful entrepreneurs know that things change every day, so it's impossible to predict the future. That's why they don't hang their hopes on everything going right according to some perfect plan. Instead, they plan for rock bottom. That means looking at any scenario and imagining its worst possible outcome in order to be prepared for it. To do that, there are 4 steps that you should take before making any business decision. Step 1 is looking at pros and cons in order to assess the risks. Is the best possible outcome so good that it outweighs the risks of the worst? Or are the two more evenly balanced, making the action riskier? Next, figure out what the consequences will be if things don't work out. For example, if your business's financial health potentially be wiped out in your rock bottom outcome, you need to realize that ahead of time. The third step is figuring out whether the thing that you're considering doing would seem like a good idea at any point in time. If not, if you can imagine yourself regretfully looking back at it as having seemed like a good idea at the time, you should definitely think twice before proceeding. Finally, examples. If your one plan doesn't work out, what's next? In fact, plan number 2 be a better option in the first place? It may not be as fun as imagining a scenario where everything works out perfectly, but being prepared for every eventuality makes you a more resilient entrepreneur in the long run. Making the most of what you have will get your startup up and running. Let's face it, when you start a business from scratch, there's a ton of uncertainty, and you don't have a lot of knowledge or resources at your disposal. But whining about it is a waste of time. Instead, you need to make the most of what you do know. Start by showing who you really are. By being authentic in your interactions with customers, you become more relatable, and it makes customers like and respect you. For example, if you're a sci-fi loving tech person, wear your Star Trek pin when you meet with a client whose computer is on the fritz. The same idea goes for resources too. So you can't afford a fleet of delivery trucks for your product. But what do you have? Can you borrow your mom's car for deliveries for the time being instead? Now you know what your assets are. But before you're ready to start up, you need to ensure that you can actually deliver. Chances are, if you're passionate enough to start a business, the idea is already based on a hobby that you really love. And while loving what you do is important, it's not enough. There are 4 key points that you'll need to look at before you can turn that hobby into a business you can actually deliver on. First, is your hobby really enough to support a business? It's great that you love working with your Legos, but it's tough to see the revenue in that. Second, are you really enough of an expert at your hobby that people should pay you to do it? If you want people to pay to see your driftwood sculptures, they better be more than just okay. Third, don't assume that others will share your passion. Are there really enough people interested in visiting an expertly handcrafted driftwood sculpture garden? Or is that a little niche? Fourth, make sure it's realistic that you can make it happen on your own. You're not a world-renowned sculptor yet, so you're not going to be able to hire a team of underlings to do the work for you. If answering these questions makes you confident that you can deliver, then it's time to get the ball rolling. It'll be much easier now that you know what you have to work with. A 1-paragraph startup plan is a living, lean, and actionable business plan. When you start a new business, everyone typically insists that a crucial first step is a cumbersome, painstakingly detailed business plan. But instead of wasting time on one, you should be focused on building the business itself. For this, you need a practical tool for the real world, a 1-paragraph startup plan. A 1-paragraph startup plan lets you test your ideas by doing, and it creates an action strategy that grows and changes along the way, together with your business. To create your plan, first ask yourself fundamental questions about your business. What is your product or service you're offering? Who are your primary clients? How do you plan to generate immediate revenue? Answer these questions by writing down a maximum of 1 or 2 sentences for each. Each answer is a hypothesis about your business, and the paragraph that results will be a rough draft of your 1-paragraph startup plan. Next, turn your plan into lists filled with action steps called guess and checklists. From each sentence in your plan, generate 5 points you can put into action right now. Use them to make a chronological checklist, including deadlines and expenses for each item. One hypothesis in the author's plan described his startup's clientele as boutique PR firms, for example. So his first point was to make a list of all the boutique PR firms that existed in his area. The next was to look up contact info for each. Each time you complete a step on a checklist, evaluate it. What worked? What did you learn? Which steps can now be modified for the future? Now go back to your hypothesis. Were they true, false, or incomplete? Continue to evolve your plan by eliminating the hypotheses and action steps that didn't work and improving on those that did. The process of revising the hypothesis about his clientele took the author 2 months. In that time, he refined his clientele from boutique PR firms to independent PR specialists and brand managers, as well as senior account executives at boutique PR firms and marketing agencies. After 2 months, he had a proven, tested marketing formula that he still uses today. That doesn't mean that he quit coming up with new hypotheses, of course. A 1-paragraph startup plan is an organic, living plan that's integral to your business's evolution, not some stuffy, formal document. As long as your business is growing and evolving, your plan should too. 5 big questions can help you make the best decisions about partnering. Choosing a potential business partner is a tricky business. Some partnerships click, and the business thrives as a result. Others, well, can be like a bad marriage, or worse. So, just like in a marriage, it's important to be sure before you commit. There are 5 important questions you should ask yourself before diving into a partnership. First, are you sure you need a partner? Will she bring something to the table that you can't? If so, could you bring that thing in without involving another shareholder? Maybe just hiring someone would do the trick. Next, ask whether a standard partnership is the best model. A partner with a dynamite idea for a new product but zero business acumen might end up just hindering you. In that case, something like a licensing deal or a joint venture might be a better idea, with all of the benefits but none of the loss of equity. If a partnership really is the best arrangement, what about your prospective partner? If you had to, could you defend your choice without a shadow of a doubt? What about your reasons for choosing her? Does she bring assets and skills to the table that complement yours? Do your goals really align? If your answers reveal any reservations, keep looking. Settling for someone who isn't right will just undermine your business in the long run. Fourth, could the partnership work in theory and in practice? To make sure, consider a trial period in which you can both test out working together. Establish some short-term goals and see what working together to achieve them reveals. Chances are that within just days or weeks, it will be clear how well you align. Finally, make sure your agreement is clear to both people and put everything down in writing. Things can seem rosy in the early stages of working together, and having things on paper might feel unnecessary. But clearly defining things like equity ownership, corporate responsibilities, and rules for company stock purchases will pay off if things go badly and you end up in court. As tempting as it might be to dive in headfirst, you and your business will be glad that you took the time to ask these questions. It pays to look before you leap. Entrepreneurs don't have normal lifestyles. Instead, they design their own. An entrepreneur has freedom that an employee doesn't have. On the other hand, an entrepreneur doesn't get to go home and call it a day at 5 p.m. An entrepreneur's lifestyle is not a normal one because ultimately you are your business. It's a symbiotic relationship where the time you put in is what allows both you and your business to thrive, especially in the beginning. That's a time when you'll be at maximum hustle, wearing all the hats there are to wear. Some of these hats will fit, while others might be uncomfortable. Maybe you're great at budgeting, but cold calling customers gives you nightmares. Never fear. You'll figure it out. Because you have to. At this stage of the game, anything that you aren't willing to do simply won't get done. What's more, you'll need to intimately understand each aspect of your business before you're able to hire someone else to do it. To make all of this possible, you'll need to design a power routine, which allows you to tailor your life around your entrepreneurial strategy in a way that's focused and productive. Here's how. For starters, you'll need to work every day for an entire month. Putting in 7 days a week for a month might not be easy, but it will give you the information you need. Note your big successes during this time, and write down the days and times when they occurred. Categorize each of these successes as one of three things: strategic planning, internal operations, or revenue generation. Working on your one-paragraph startup plan is a strategic planning activity, for example, whereas contacting vendors is internal operations. Discussing a project with clients is, of course, revenue generation. Now, look at the successes and failures in your schedule. When did you do best in certain categories? When did your slow periods happen? Try to figure out why your productivity ebbed and flowed when it did. Then tweak your schedule to capitalize on this. For example, if you've been successfully generating revenue from 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesdays, and Sunday afternoons are best for strategic planning, take advantage of this by locking it into your schedule. Keep adjusting your power routine until you're confident that it's perfect. Then commit to your routine and stick to that commitment. That means that if Saturday afternoons are your sweet spot for successful internal operations work, then you'll have plans with friends that day. Your schedule is meant to revolve around maximum results for your business, not socializing. A clean, simple website and the right approach to lunch can give you the entrepreneurial tools of a pro. You've got to make a professional impression. Everyone knows this. That's why businesses spend huge amounts of cash on design, messaging, and consultants. A startup isn't going to be flush with cash right at the beginning, though. That's why it helps to know a few savvy tricks that can make you look like a winner without breaking the bank. It all starts with your website, the most important component of your brand. A website that makes you look like a big fish should be, above all, simple. Quick to load and easy to navigate will beat complicated or beautiful every time. And you don't need an expert programmer or designer to make that happen. Try one of the many inexpensive subscription-based service providers online, like Weebly. They offer online tools for your business, along with useful templates, and they can get your site up and running fast. Best of all, the upfront costs are low, and you can easily update your content yourself. But what about other costly investments, like expert advice? While business coaches and self-appointed experts are everywhere these days, a lot of them just offer repackaged common sense sprinkled with advice that anyone can get off of the internet. What's more, they charge hundreds of dollars for it. So save your money and a lot of frustration. Instead, think about lunch. First, figure out what kind of information you're looking for. Then brainstorm a long list of people who might be able to help, and figure out how you might be connected to them. Social networking sites are a great tool for this, and you can turn to your existing network of friends and contacts to ask for introductions. Once you've figured out your contacts, pick about 10 people from your long list and reach out to invite them to lunch. Make this a personal invitation with information about yourself, your connection to each person, and what you think he or she might know that could help you. Then make that lunch count. Plan what you'd like to discuss and stick to it. Really listen to what your lunchtime consultant has to say. Also, no matter how useful the information is or isn't, be gracious and follow up with a thank you email. If you're savvy enough to create a website and reach out to people like a pro, you should be able to act like a pro too. Effective marketing is targeted and encourages action. So, your business is up and running. Now, how do you reach out to customers? Social media is a great marketing tool, but contrary to popular belief, just putting your name out there isn't going to bring in customers. For that, you need effective marketing to get a well-crafted message out there in a targeted way. The first step is to create a brand language. This consists of words and key phrases that describe what you do. Just 3 or 4 should be enough as you're getting started. These should be bold enough to grab and keep customers' attention. With time and focus, they'll be synonymous with your business and consumers' minds. Think about the term online search. Anyone who hears it will probably think of Google right away. The next step is an active brand message, a single, easy-to-read sentence of about 8 words. An active brand message combines promotion with establishing expectations about what your company actually does. For example, a math tutoring services brand message might be something like, multiply your math successes by subtracting the confusion. Now, you want to make sure that the distribution channels for your marketing fit the goals in your active brand message. The key idea here is to target carefully. Just spamming every available channel is lazy and ineffective. So is sticking to a single channel. Despite what some people might think, Facebook isn't a good fit for every marketing message. Let's say that you want to market a dog walking service, for example. You could rely on posting to social media, but what about a small flyer that you give away at dog parks instead? Or better still, offering a free dog treat in exchange for dog owners' contact information. That's much more direct than a Facebook post, and it does more too. Beyond just attracting attention, it encourages immediate action in the form of giving contact info. Action generates revenue, and at the end of the day, that should be the goal of all marketing activity, since it's revenue, not buzz, that will grow a startup. Remember, keep your marketing goals clear and targeted. In fact, keep all your goals this way. Striking out on your own will be a wild ride, and you'll need all the clarity you can get. Final summary. The key message in this book. Being an entrepreneur isn't easy, and it isn't for the faint of heart. But it does offer independence and the satisfaction that comes from handling every challenge that comes your way. If you're willing to put in the hours, and if you have savvy and a whole lot of hustle, you'll ditch your real job in no time and never look back. Actionable advice. Prioritize your health. Starting up requires a huge commitment, but that doesn't mean working 24/7. If you want to be able to keep working in the long term, you also need to take care of yourself. That means scheduling some downtime to decompress and also making a habit of exercise. This doesn't have to be overly ambitious. It can just be a matter of doing simple exercises such as push-ups or stretches, which you can do in the privacy of your bedroom. Your business will benefit from you feeling your best. What to read next? The Worst Business Model in the World by Danny Schumann. If you're excited about the real-world business advice in the blinks you've just read, then check out the advice of another self-made entrepreneur, Danny Schumann. In The Worst Business Model in the World from 2018, Schumann examines a business model that looks terrible on paper but works like a charm in practice. With this non-traditional, anarchic approach, self-starters can harness a bit of creative chaos to spend more time following their passion and making money from it too. So if you're tired of traditional business wisdom, we highly recommend the book, The Worst Business Model in the World. Hi, I don't know if you guys are still here, but let me take a look. Oh my goodness. Oh my. What year is it? Okay, we got Luck Chucky. Hey, I saw that you subscribed to my YouTube channel earlier today. And a Smitty. Dill from Duffy's chat. Dillian. Dude, it's been a while since I've been inside of Duffy's chat. Like, this feels like it was a pretty long time ago. Like, it's been some months now. 2 months or so. Since the last time. I think it was, like, I started hanging out in Duffy's tiny chat right before going back home for the Thanksgiving break. I think I know. I think I remember you though. There were only a small number of folks I interacted with, as typically had your cameras on. Were you having trouble with the CPU that one time? Or you weren't sure if you had installed it right? Like, you thought you had it upside down. Is that you? Ronald guy, or was it Raymond? Damn, dude. I'm sorry. I didn't take notes. I was just kind of winging it. And as far as join, what do you mean? Like, on broadcast? No. If it wasn't you, it wasn't you. My mistake. But yeah, I'm fairly open to it. Most recently, I've had really limited time on the air. Like, I used to spend hours in my room by myself. Times have changed. But I welcome you to. Should join me on Discord. This is probably the easiest way to stay in a loop and actually get a little deeper in with it. I know it sounds like a really rote thing, but it's the truth. Like, that's one thing I'm happy to continue investing in. Gotta gather the people together, and from there we can do things. Yeah. Yeah, I'm open to it. I am open to it. This evening, let's see what I got. I think I have some stuff that's falling off. I need to go and touch it. I also need to chase somebody. I hate chasing people. I'd rather they just come. What's Discord? I do need him. Trying to sell a computer? Myself, I tend to avoid eBay and Craigslist. I've sold on Craigslist a few times. I've never enjoyed selling on Craigslist. And sometimes you get lucky with Craigslist because you know, it's used by such a broad swath of society. The reason why I avoid eBay is because eBay hits you with your final value fees, and then with PayPal it hits you with more fees, and like very soon you're coughing up, you know, like 11, 12, 13%. Then you've got to ship the thing off to somebody, right? Oh shit, I think I did lose some stuff. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. 2018, 1210. Wow, I don't even have it in the system. I think I did lose some stuff. I must have. Like, this is probably gone. Good people. Fuck. Dude, I really don't like losing stuff. I'm gonna just stay calm because there's no point in flipping tables over this shit. But I expect that. Not just of myself, but like other people. Christ, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want to help you, and they disappear, eventually I just start giving up, you know. Like, finding reliable people is a challenge, a real fucking challenge. Fuck, my eyes. Sorry, they're really tired. But I need to pump these two out. I need to see if I'm gonna lose something here. Something of interest. I think you just joined, yeah? eBay hasn't been bad in your experience. It's not bad. It's not a bad platform at all. It's good, and that's exactly why they can get away with charging much to use their platform. Like, they make quite a bit of money. Alright, I see you. Where would I sell it? If I was selling a computer, I would. Okay, it really depends, right? So the answer is it depends. If I wanted to sell it to people who are knowledgeable about computer stuff, and I wanted to get a fair price on it, I would part it out on a hardware trading forum. So Reddit has a subreddit called Hardware Swap, where people will sell their hardware. And that's tends to be fairly reliable. I'd get a heatware profile set up for myself. If you've sold on eBay before, link your eBay account with your heatware profile. Myself, I'm a member of some other forums, and I would also list over there. Like, if you're on any computer hardware forums, list in the for sale sections there. You know, it's all about communities. eBay is just, you know, it's just an open market. Like, anybody can list, anybody can buy. And it's good at what it does. That's why they charge so much money, once again. It's a good place to be a buyer. Hell, it's always, like, no matter where you go, it's always a good place to be a buyer. Buyers tend to get quite a bit of protection, you know. I was thinking about this the other day, about how good it feels to be a customer. Like, just to have the option to be a paying customer. It's actually quite a powerful thing. A powerful thing to be. Okay, so first things first, fuck I'm tired. Okay. Let's find this chat. 2 characters selected, can't find that. And chit chat is over. All I've got is chit chat is over at 11 something. 1:11 in the morning. And that broadcast probably didn't make it. No, it was 2010's evening edition. No, it wouldn't be that. That would have carried over into the next day. So it started here, and then... Nope. It wouldn't be here. Maybe on the next one? Like, what is this chit chat over? And also, I lost some interesting stuff. I think I lost that conversation. Dude, I hate losing content. Like, Christian. Damn. That was the day that Christian came. Sorry. I need to take a look at this. 8 hours, 54 minutes, 49 seconds in. This one is actually quite important. It's long. It's so long that it doesn't make sense to actually highlight it. That puts me in a bit of a strange spot. No, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna make a note of it. So, first things first. I'll knock out this one, the Daylight Edition. And then move to the evening. Just preserve first. Yeah. Things are stepping up. Give me a review of that video. First things first. Dude, I can't believe I let stuff fall again. I hate losing my content. I really don't like that. I think these are right. This is the evening edition. Double check. This should be the right one. I think that I actually moved things around. I fucked up. Evening edition is this 9-hour, 11-minute bit. So Christian visits the hovel. Broadcast. He was there for hours and hours, so it's kind of tough to say where it starts and where it ends. Let's just play it back. Drop the sound. God, I look so relaxed. Yeah, actually, it's fine. I'm just gonna make a note that it happened sometime there. I'm gonna lose some more, and it's okay. Like, it's gonna fall off. It's just, fuck, man. It's alright. I mean, it's like multiple hours long. So, realistically, it's not something that you can consume. Yeah, I have not looked at it yet. I'm in the middle of something. It's not because I don't want to take a look. $65. 65 is evening. Correct. And 96. Okay. All right. What did you send? Can you review this video? Let's see. Enter this password. Nope. Robot rant. $7,000. Yeah, is it just the sequence from Mr. Robot? I've watched the show. Like, I like the first couple of seasons. Well, I take that back. The first season was the strongest one. By far. It was a really, really fun, exciting show to watch. And I've watched, what was it? It's like, it's had 3 seasons now. I've watched all 3. The second one, you know, is just like, hey, look, he's really unreliable as a narrator. And, spoiler, right? And third is just like, oh shit, there are some effects. There's a lot going on. Is he in over his head? It's been an interesting show, I guess, but the first season by far. Okay. I'm sure it's good. It's pretty tightly written, I felt. Good pacing to it. All in all, a good show. Good God. A lot has changed since season 1. And I'm not talking about in the show. Just, my God, so much has changed. Anyways, you're in the Discord server now. I think the bot would have liked to send you a DM, but instead, it just pinged you inside of the welcome channel. So when you get around to it, just poke around. Still fairly open to chatting with folks. It's just, time is tight these days. It's a lot more limited than it used to be. Like, even now, I'm looking at the time and I gotta go. I gotta go. Defy sent me some stuff to review as well. He sent me, like, he linked me to something he wrote a while back, and by the time I tried to look at it. It had already been taken down from the subreddit he posted it to. And most recently he sent me, like, he called me out of the blue one day while I was at work. I talked with him a bit. And then the other day, I think earlier today, he sent me a video and something else. I haven't looked at it yet. Anyways, I gotta go. Like I said, it's presently 12:07. Tomorrow's Friday, or it's already Friday. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna get myself up to. I'll find something. Yeah, I'll find something. Last weekend, I had this little goal, right? I think it was Friday night. I was saying, well, what do I have to get done this weekend? Today, I talked about things falling between the cracks. All that free money I was chasing, that I spent time researching on, a lot of it's dried up. A lot of it has dried up. In fact, there's not only has some of this free money dried up. I spun up the accounts. I just didn't jump through the hoops, so it's off the table, right? Not only has some of the free money dried up, there's been some other things that are just like they're hitting. They're hitting. You know, I'm letting shit just fall between the cracks, and when you do that, there are consequences. And so I'm gonna have to go and ask for leniency. I don't like doing that. It's just like, hey, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. It's always a fucking coin flip. I don't like that. You know, like worst case scenario, I'm still okay. I really don't care. But it's just, it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating. It's like, hey, dummy, you don't have all your shit together. You know, like before you go complicating your life further. You hear me talking about wanting to meet 5 times as many girls as I know right now. Just have like a different one for every day of the week. But let me be honest here. I have so little time at the moment, and this is just me like working and going to school. You know, like I've got nothing on my plate. So more and more so, the need to spend my time effectively just keeps coming back. It's like, hey, this is the one thing you've got. You've got to use it well. I've got to do better. I must do better. Alright, that's enough. Thank you. Catch you again soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.